that kind of cooler flop. Nothing else he can do. Fourth place for the season tournament player, $109,000 to him. And we're playing three-handed all of a sudden. Hand 111. Joiso still the chip leader, but that pot's put 7B much closer. Yanni, the clear third place player. He's got pocket sevens in the big blind against Joiso's opening raise. Is there any other play but a shove here? He does make the small raise. I guess he's making a raise that makes it look like he might fold. Perhaps just trying to get Joiso to commit or to bluff. Sometimes where he won't. I think that's what he's doing. Anyway, we'll find out. Joiso with the ace-9. I guess also it would have been quite a big shove for Yanni. It would have been 40 big blinds. 40 big blinds plus, actually. Joiso thinking long and hard about this one, but he does put the money in. Can't imagine Yanni's going anywhere. No, pretty much a snap call. I think fairly standard stuff in the end. Another race situation. Joiso's good at these. You don't get to be Alexander Kostritsin without being able to pull an ace out of your back pocket when you need one. YanniYankiev will be all done here unless he can catch a 7 on the river. Another victim to the steamroller that is Joiso. And Yanni, after a great run through this event, our Canadian player will have to be content with third. $148,000 to soften the blow. And we're heads up. And this will be an interesting heads-up battle. Both obviously good players. Joiso, potentially a great player. And both got lots of chips. 7B, the effective stack, has over 100 big blinds. So, won't necessarily be a quick match, this one. First pot we see, the flop hasn't improved either of them. Kostritsin's 4 still in front. He'll bet, and 7B will make the check raise. And Joiso will fold. So, some early aggression from 7B pays off. Jack high good enough to take it down, and that cuts the chip lead a little bit. They're not too far apart right now. Still playing 22.5, 45,000. It's quite a funky blind level, isn't it? You won't play that too many times in your poker life. Joiso will open raise. Won't be surprised if he's opening almost all of his range on the button. 3-bet from 7B with a really garbagey looking hand. Joiso flat calls and a monotone flop. Joiso with middle pair leaps to the front. Well, if you're going to 3-bet nothing, then a king high monotone board looks scary enough to c-bet, doesn't it? And that's what 7B does. Just over half the pot. And the flat call with middle pair from Joiso. Jack of hearts. Now, 7B may well fire again here because there's just so many hands that Joiso could flat that flop with. And that is what happens. He is going to fire again. And this is tough for Joiso. Yeah, and he gets out of the way. So, some good early aggression in this heads-up match has closed the gap in the chip counts. Just $1 million in it now, and pocket 10s for 7B. So things not going Alexander Kostritsin's way. Maybe if you were railing this, you might have figured that he'd just dominate and go ahead and win it easily, but it wasn't that way. Interesting flop here with the flush draw for Joiso and 7B with the overpair. Pretty close to the nuts, isn't it? 10s on this flop heads up. And a single raise pot. Joiso will check. It's also a nice flop because Joiso won't necessarily believe that 7B has anything. I mean, what are you supposed to have on this flop? Just so happens that he's got a big hand. And yeah, there is the check raise from Kostritsin. How will 7B play this? He might just decide to flat call, but he might also worry there are so many cards that can come off that can either kill his action or, you know, overcard's going to take his hand. It's going to put another raise in. Lots of aggression from 7B. Joiso will be aware of that. Is this a spot where he wants to take a stand? Or does he slow down here? We just flat call. So now this is a big pot. 1.6 million in the middle. The 3 of hearts is a blank. Changes nothing. And that might end the hand because I can't imagine 7B is going to slow down here. Yeah, sturdy bet from him. Just over the million mark. And what does Joiso do? I'd be a little bit surprised if he flat called. He could decide to semi-bluff here, but more likely, yeah, he just gets out of the way. Good read from him. He was convinced that he was behind, and he was well behind. 7B has taken the chip lead.
Sometimes in a tournament, you're going to get low on chips. Gotta push them all in to stay alive. And then, you wait. Are you ready for tournament poker? At the world's largest poker site.